Hello and welcome back. I am here in my YALP world, or my Better Than the Adventure world, or whichever we wish to call it. But taking a look, I have been playing with sheep. That is because in the newer version, or update to Better Than Wolves, Flower Child has added a feature called Hardcore Sheep. And while there was much speculation for a while about what it meant, the main thing was that, of course, when you dye a sheep and then, of course, breed sheep from that, or, ouch, still annoys me, or breed sheep from that sheep, it still maintains its natural color. So, of course, we have the naturally colored sheep and we have its dyed color. But that isn't the really interesting thing about it. The interesting thing about it is the genetics. That is the fact that when you dye sheep, they take on the attributes of the sheep that the parents were, one or the other. Now, I've been playing with these results, and I kind of found that if you do this, then what I did was my initial results of I tried 5 different colors. Actually, I started out with just red, dark gray, light gray, lime, and then I tried 5 trials of each different combination. And of course, purebreds tend to come out normally their own colors, except for maybe some exceptions. And then there's the mutations. Now, I didn't have too many mutations this go round when I did it that way. It was about a 2.83% mutation, because I really only got 2 or 3 what I would call mutations, and that's where the color that came out was not one of the colors of one of the parents, but some seemed kind of natural. For instance, green and white gave me lime, and lime or green and light gray, actually there was a few others, gave me some other ones, but for instance, white and dark gray never gave me a white. I got dark gray, but for the most part. Now, I'm in the middle of kind of a second trial, which is where I'm just trying purebreds, and so far I've done each one about 6 times, and I've come out with 2 mutations, which is a slightly higher mutation rate so far, which means to me that the purebred combinations tend to give more mutations. Alright, now put the chart away and go back to Minecraft, and I can come down here, and what I was doing was calling, and the thing that was kind of annoying was this new thing I've discovered. Apparently it's I guess it's a feature of Better Than Wolves. I didn't read it in the... I must have missed it when I was looking through the changes. But apparently, arrows bounce off of whatever it is that you're shooting at and have a wonderful chance of hitting you. Which is really nice, because you get your arrows back. And with my working mob trap elsewhere in this world, it doesn't matter as much to me. But it also makes it so whenever I shoot my sheep in the sheep yards, here are the pens, which you may recognize this if you saw some of the first video I made as the farm, although I have changed the pen layout so that I have a 2x2 area for each sheep, or in this case for each sheep color. And then of course I throw what I typically do. Actually, I started to build myself a contraption to throw wheat into the pens, but unfortunately I couldn't control which sheep picked it up. And there's dark gray and dark gray, green and green. Let's see, where's the... there it is, same sheep, same color sheep. Now notice there still is a blue one because I'm keep trying to make a second blue sheep. Okay, there's a same color, and no mutation. The other thing I'm trying to figure out is that if there are any combinations that are more apt to get a mutation. Now it is getting dark, which means I probably should go sleep somewhere. And so far it looks like all colors this go round gave me no mutations, which is about normal. Alright, go into my little lock. It's kind of an experiment that I did trying to make redstone. It's nothing more than the switch comes here and just kind of flip-flops these two inverted torches. I had the same thing on the other side, but when I redesigned the pens after the first trial, I kind of got rid of it. I also took my ugly one-story farmhouse and turned it into, it's still ugly to me, a two-story, kind of with wool and cobblestone and other things. That's pretty much mostly the only thing I need to show here. Now, of course, I get aboard with this occasionally, so I do have my other area, the mob trap and the, as I call it, the Mega Hopper project, which isn't going as well as I really wanted to. Okay, here I am at the Razed village, for lack of a better thing to call it. It's also my massive mob trap. As I approach it, you can see some of the work that's been done. I have expanded out, and you see that the bottom part is now a huge plus. The mob trap is still the mob trap. Haven't really done anything on that or actually increased it. However, I have made some changes that have affected its productivity. Namely, I've kind of completed this side of the Mega Hopper, and I'm starting to make a breeding farm on this side so that I'm going to have my farm animals falling over here. Now, I'm not quite in the right era to automate it completely. I can make a push button to feed them and things like that, but I can't completely automate it. I had some ideas on how to automate it based on, how long, with kids coming out, with kind of a bio timer with the cows and pressure plates. And once I get to that point, we'll see how it goes. But until then, I'm going to need some dung, which is the one missing part. I've kind of turned half of this into a water source that I was trying to make another hopper for this side, but I have a feeling it's not going to turn out as well as I want. Now, if I were to go down into that area, let me ready my bow, because occasionally I run into monsters and creepers and other things down here, because there's not really a good place for them to go. And there's the raining monsters. I've got a trench here, and unfortunately it comes in a little lower than the drops fall under there. And I really need to take a ladder. I haven't used my elevator, because if I did, it would actually come all the way down. Actually, no, it wouldn't, because I took the extra rope out. But I do have that part set up, and I can actually set it up to where that ends up dropping into there and a few other places, so it can go into that other hopper area. Now, the real big changes, well, there's some upstairs, but there's some good changes downstairs. Let's go in there. First of all, I have this over vine growth. And then I have my, oops, I'm still carrying my wool. My experience. Watch the bar go up. And of course the sorter over here, which hasn't been revised any, but it does still work. But it has been successful enough to warrant starting to build a storage room under here. for instance, my mob drop storage, and I may go into some other better sorting plan for it. Lots of arrows, some gunpowder, various strings and scrolls. I even got a music disc. Amusingly enough, I was checking on things, and both a creeper and a skeleton managed to survive the fall, and were fighting the current trying to get to me, but the skeleton, of course, was behind the creeper, so it did shoot it, and then of course all the drops fell into there. This is where everything comes in from the other side, and you can see I've got a saw there to keep mobs out, or to shave the mobs as they come in, and the hopper to collect the items, including one with a soul sand filter to collect the experience. But since the farm isn't that active, not much there. And the big thing that did improve the efficiency of the mob trap was clearing out that section below, because I caved a lot of sand into some caverns, which apparently cleared it out. And then there's this. Yeah, vines go pretty much almost all the way to the bottom. I could actually climb all the way up this on the vines. The only problem being, if I were to start the elevator up, all these vines would be destroyed. It'd be nice if the elevator would actually collect them, but it doesn't. Somewhere, oh, there's my ladder. Alright, and if I go all the way to the top, as you see, my village, minus the doors, and it's kind of pointless to put the doors in since I can't get villagers, but just in case I ever find a way, I'm still working on it. I still have my saw and my dry hopper, only now they're getting a little bit more use as I get some leather and scour it. Of course, I really need to go get some dye and put some color into that windmill. Alright, so back from there, just to take a look at my cow operation so far. This is, of course, the cow breeding pits, and I don't know whether that's a bugged or just a real or a grown cow, but I've kind of given up letting them fall to their deaths, and for right now I shoot them. Unfortunately, I got to be careful when I shoot them because the arrows bounce back and hit you. And looks like the calves haven't grown up yet, so. But chances are they'll take some wheat. This one is still lonely. Let's see if he'll eat. No matter how many times I try this, the calf always appears on this right-hand one. Maybe. Ah, finally. Now I got two calves there. Alright, so I can go through some wheat to this set. And some wheat to this set. And looks like I need to eat some steak. And now I can walk away. The only issues I have is some monsters, because I don't think it's completely lit up like it's supposed to. Which means I need to go find some coal and work with it, but all in all, I've got quite a bit set up here, including my bed, which is now up here. I ran into a rather weird bug, and that's the fact that if I save while I'm on these platforms, I woke up at one point, found myself stuck inside a piece of wood, and it almost seemed like the only way to get out of it was to destroy the piece of wood I was standing on. Unfortunately, there was about 32 blocks of air between me and anything else solid, so that was kind of out. After destroying quite a few things around me, I did finally manage to free myself, but after that I started putting my bed up here on this second floor. which is a little bit scary because, well, this is not completely enclosed, and I still need to finish this. Not even the holes and vine traps in here. But it still generates quite a bit of stuff. Odd thing is, I should have grabbed more green wool. So that's the fun update on this world. Not much for me to do. Like I said, it's all the tedious, boring, feed my calves, get a breeding harness, need to get a wolf out here, but for a project where I voluntarily stuck myself in the age of power tools just to see how much I could do, I think it actually has worked out rather well. Now, I can't do any heavy-duty automation till I get into the new age where I have block detectors and things like that, but I think I've done rather well on this. Again, more doors, more wood. Maybe I can automate some way of doing that that's worth it, but I still haven't come up with anything since I can't plant the trees automatically. It's still easier to just go ahead and manually do it and manually chop them down. Although I go through axes like water. As you can see, I've already down very slim on tools. Oh, and you notice I don't have a bow. I don't have any actual sword at all. I've been actually using the bow since I have plenty of ammo. Although sometimes, like I said, I take more damage than I deal out from the firing it too close, but at least I managed to kill more of the creepers I go up against. And since this platform is not as big a success as I may duplicate this out in the middle of the ocean for my next project once this big thing is done, and make an ocean mega hopper, which should be easier on the water. But until then, I'm going to go away.